My lips are chapped as shits. Fa la 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 la. This is the track review of Backyard Winter made by Colt Hands. I'm pretty sure is how you say his name. And this is going to be one of those track reviews where we're going to kind of go in here and nitpick about things, talk about some stuff about the track, because as you can see, it's obviously more of a beginnerly made track here in a lot of different ways. So I thought it would be fun to come in here and just kind of say what I liked about the track, didn't like about the track, how to fix some things on the track, something like that. So, but like with track making, it's something that, I mean, I can sit here and tell you how to make one all day long, but there's a lot more learning elements to it that you just got to figure out on your own. So it's kind of one of those things like that. But even though I may completely blast this track right here, that's track reviewing, you know, like don't get mad at me because I'm just speaking the truth about a track. So just had to get that out of the way right off the bat. Not saying you're a bad dude, not saying I don't even know you. Like, you know, a lot of people kind of take it the wrong way. It's not like that at all. Like, I have to review a lot of different types of tracks out there, and you guys are going to be seeing a lot more 1, 2, 3, 4 ratings than you have been seeing in the past, because I'm really going to start broadening out the tracks that I review for a lot of different reasons, and it's just better to do that. You know, if you only review the good tracks, then what's even really the point of reviewing anything? I mean, you know, you need to review every kind of track out there because it helps people with some of the things that you teach the person about the track, and then it also just, it's just better in every way, I feel like. So with this track, you've obviously got a very cramped down scale. Now, it is a backyard style track, so you can kind of be a little more lenient with certain things, and I think the dude said that it was made for like an 85 because he rides an 85 in real life, so that's kind of what he was basing it off of. Too bad there's not even 85s in MX Simulator, so, you know, I mean, you can make it for an 85, but there's not one in the game, so it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a bit hard to make that comparison, you know. It'd be one thing if there was actually 85s in the game, but letting all that off the table there, just the track alone is built very, very beginner-esque, you know, very, check out this backflip fail, very beginner-esque, very, you can just tell, like, on your transitions, they're not like in a smooth transition. And when I say smooth transition, it's not to say that you can never have, like, rough transitions or ruddy transitions. It's just to say that, like, a lot of beginner track makers, that's one big mistake that they do, is they will, like, have their flat, perfectly flat track right here, and then they'll put a jump on it, but they'll have, like, a very bizarre transition. It's as if they just, like, oh, my phone's ringing, dude. That's the first time that's ever happened in a video. Hold on a second, boys. Damn random-ass numbers. Fuck. Interrupting my video and shit. God dang, dog. Shit. Check it out, dudes. I still got the iPhone 4S with the screen crack, bro. Get on my level. Okay, we're back here. So, what was I saying? Good God Almighty. Oh, yeah, when you make the, like, the flat to the, it's as if someone just, like, randomly just, like, threw some jumps on a perfectly flat surface and didn't really worry about, like, smoothing it or having, it's just a way that, like, beginners make tracks in this game, you know, and I think every beginner track maker does that a little bit, but the track is very, very narrow. Everything feels super small scale, super cramped down, like it's not even made for the bike size of this game. Like, even if you were on a 50, it would be hard to say it would be, like, fun because it's just such a, like, every aspect of the track is a little bit too small. You know, even for a backyard style track, everything's a little bit too small here. The off-track stuff is pretty cool. It's got this little freestyle course over here. I'm really just reviewing I don't know, the track is hella short on top of everything else, so that kind of You know, I like, there's like, you go through 3 sections and then you're like, I thought I was like getting kind of turned around on the track, but it was actually the end of the track. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's a really short track, dude. Don't you love these sketchy ass freestyle jumps where when you hit them, it feels like you're hitting some kind of Velcro, like rotating sprockets. I don't know what I'm saying right now, but yeah, I hate those freestyle jumps in this game. Somebody please make a good one that doesn't feel like that. So yeah, you know, some of your little jump rhythms and stuff, it is like super, super simplistic, super janky in a lot of different ways here. Let me play this back real quick. And I mean, as you can see, like the off track, he's got that pretty standard mountainous statue there in the background, even though it seems as if it's clipping a little bit. You can see it right there. Don't know if he knew exactly what he was doing on the placement of that, but he's kind of like layered them in a lot of different ways. It looks realistic off of the track, but because it's actually a statue and not just like skybox. So, and he does have a couple little water ponds here and there. He's got some buildings and stuff. But just, I mean, you can just tell with the on-track, man, like it's just so simplistic. Even for a backyard track, man. If you didn't even say this was a backyard track, like, it's still way, way too short, first of all, and just the scaling of everything is too small. You know, like it's as if you have like a I don't even want to say it's like made for a smaller bike, because it's almost like it's not even made for a dirt bike. It's almost like it's made for like a BMX bike maybe or something. You know, it's almost like it's just totally different in that sense. But yeah, it's just the only real way to get better at doing that is you're just gonna have to make your jumps a little bit bigger. You know, you're gonna have to smooth off your transitions a little bit more to make it more smooth. And once you do that, it'll feel a lot more natural. And it does seem as if, like, a lot of his jump faces, let me show you a pretty good example right here. So you see this triple face. Well, that almost looks like a triple landing. I mean, it really does. Like, it's so, like, weirdly rounded up. Like, let me see if I can get over here to it. So this almost looks like where it goes up and then it like goes up further and then to the jump face. Whereas a normal triple jump is like, usually it like kind of sweeps down and then goes up, or it's just like perfectly flat and goes up, not like up, 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 and then sweep down, kind of like this is, if that makes any sense. I know I have my crazy wordage for everything, but you know what I mean? Like, I could mistake that for a triple landing, not even a triple jump face. So it's just, you know, little things like jump face scaling, jump face design. That's what kind of hurts the track here a little bit. The lack of really any rhythms. You know, it's just very, very simplistic in design. And when you have something that simplistic and that short on top of everything else, it just kind of creates this insta-kill of the fun factor, and not only that, but insta-kill of the replayability, because there's not much to ride on. You know, that's kind of what the main issue is here. It's just like, yeah, you can ride around the track in, what, like 15 seconds? So you're eventually going to get bored of that pretty quickly. So that's kind of, you know, some of the issues with it. I felt like the berms were okay. They weren't terrible. That's probably one of the best parts of the track, is that first little inside rut and then the berms. And his ground decal does have this cool, like, frozen sort of look to it. It's kind of like cracking and stuff down in the middle. And somebody, please make a snow effect for MX Simulator. You guys know how that rain effect is on my tropical rainforest track, a bunch of my mud style tracks and stuff. And it originated on the NFMX mud track way back in the day. He had like actual rain effects and lightning. Well, someone needs to put like an actual snow sequence effect on a track, so that when people go in there and make their snow tracks, they can choose, you know, if they want to put snow on it or not. I think that would add a lot to the snow tracks in the game. And, you know, that goes with any sort of weather effect or whatever the case may be. and you could get super alien with it too, and that's what's cool. Like, you could have alien acid rain in this game, or you could have whatever you wanted. So, and I'm going to get back into making, realistic tracks, but also getting kind of wicked with the alien designs of tracks and stuff too. I'm going to be doing both of those things, but it's just, I'm doing a lot right now. When you're a YouTuber and an MX Simulator Pro Racer, and you got another job, and it's just, I don't even want to make excuses, dude. We're getting this shit done. We're working on it every day. We ain't even got time for no time off. Fucking vacay, I feel better at work, you know what I'm saying, dog? That's what I'm on right now, so, yeah, I mean, your ruts are okay. It is a little kind of one line. I mean, you got like one rut here, one rut there, and then no ruts here and no ruts there. Whoops are hella easy, like to the point of they don't even really feel like whoops. They just feel kind of like, I don't know, little humps and bumps. That's pretty much it. I mean, the freestyle course, I'm not even really reviewing that. Like I was saying, it is what it is. I mean, well, not much you can really say about that, but in an overall sense, I'm going to give this track a 3 overall. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on it, man. No offense to you, but, it's just, that's kind of the scaling of it, and the way the jumps feel janky, and you don't get very high on the jumps at all. There's no fun factor really to this track whatsoever. Traction is a little bizarre. I know he's trying to replicate like kind of a snow filling, which, I mean, the ground of it doesn't really look like that, even though it looks like frozen and cracked. I wouldn't think frozen and cracked would be like slick. Maybe it is. Fuck, I don't know, but it doesn't look like snow or, like ice. So, I mean, you could be maybe he's trying to replicate like more hard pack style and maybe like Blue Groove slick like that. I'm not really sure. But either way, the traction is somewhat bizarre in that sense. So it's kind of all in how you look at that aspect of it. But some people may think it's great on this track. I don't know. Kind of like it's okay, and then at times it feels super weird, especially if the scale of the track is so small. It'd be super hard to race on this track, especially because does it even actually go all the way around? Like, that's an honest question. So you go around here, okay, yeah, there's not really like a finish line jump. You basically just like come around here like this. So that confused me a little bit. I didn't really know where to go after that. I didn't know if the freestyle course was integrated into this little backyard track. I wasn't sure, but that's my final opinions on it, man. You'll get better at track making. You just got to keep on doing it, and yeah, it's a cool try. It's a cool try to make something a little bit different, and it does seem a little bit different than any other track out there. So you do have that on your side, but just a little bit of lack of execution on jumps, and as you can see, everything's built on this perfectly flat surface, so it kind of eliminates some realism there as well. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at on this track, and I would say the difficulty. It's easy, man. No question about it. So, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.